Hi everyone, welcome back to the US CPA classes for Financial Accounting and Reporting exam. In this video, which is part 2 of trade receivable, we'll be covering in detail about discounts, including the sales discount and cash discount. This is part 2. We have part 3 and part 4 as well, which is coming just after this. So let's dive into part 2 of trade receivable.
Next topic is discount. So if you see in account receivable, we understood account receivable, and now we are coming to the discount part. So discount are of two category: sales discount and cash discount, right? So that is your trade discount or cash discount. How do you deal with the sales discount? You can say trade discount or a volume discount, sales discount, quantity discount, or trade discount. Treatment is similar. Are deducted from gross sale. What is gross sale? Sales value before.
Oh, sir, sales value. Gross sales मतलब trading expense नहीं कुछ भी बिल्कुल revenue I think से
Basically, or before your operating expenses, your direct expense, the cost of sales, basically.
Sorry.
So before sales, before your expenses to execute the sale. और ग्रॉस सेल में से फिर आप कॉस्ट ऑफ गुड्स सोल्ड और बाकी फिर ऑपरेटिंग एक्सपेंसेस माइनस करते हो आपके इनकम स्टेटमेंट में,
ग्रॉस प्रॉफिट हो जाएगा फिर तो.
You are asking about gross margin. So the question I am asking is, what is gross sale?
सर ग्रॉस सेल तो मेरे हिसाब से प्योर रेवेन्यू है विदाउट एनी एक्सपेंसेस नथिंग डायरेक्टली व्हिच इज क्रेडिटेड टू रेवेन्यू अकाउंट. दैट इज ग्रॉस सेल.
आकर्ष.
ये आकर्ष नहीं बताया सर, ये मैंने आकर्ष नहीं बताया.
आयुष
यार तुम ना अलग अलग नाम से ना लॉग इन करा करो. कई बार आवाज में कंफ्यूजन हो जाती है.
आवाज बिल्कुल. बट सिर्फ ग्रॉस सेल वही हो गया मेरे हिसाब से भी जिसमें कुछ भी वी हैव नॉट डिडक्टेड एट ऑल. मतलब जो अगर 100 रुपए का सामान बेचा तो 100 रुपए की जो कैश आना चाहिए हमें एक्चुअली दैट इज ग्रॉस सेल. क्योंकि नेट सेल होता क्या है मैंने तो पढ़ा नहीं. मतलब नेट सेल आफ्टर यही कैश डिस्काउंट सेल्स डिस्काउंट ही होगा. ये सब होगा क्या नेट सेल? सर वो आपने बताया था ना अभी क्लास के अंदर, वो मैं अपने बेस्ट फ्रेंड को रेफर कर रहा हूँ.
What?
गूगल.
Yeah, that's awesome. But gross sale is basically the MRP basically of any product and service at which you will be selling, or your sales. You already made a sale, right? So
Right.
when you are doing when you are giving sales discount or a quantity discount or a trade discount, that is generally deducted from the gross sale. And in your P&L or in your, you can say, income statement, you will be reflecting net sales on this. So this this sales discount or trade discount or a quantity discount is a contra sales. Are you getting my point? Or you can say it's a contra expense.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right? So when you go to the income statement, maybe I'll take you to the and
बेसिकली सर वी आर सेइंग कि ये चीज ये वाले डिस्काउंट्स कभी फाइनेंशियल्स में शो ही नहीं होंगे. नो वन विल गेट टू नो दैट यू हैव गिवन दीस डिस्काउंट्स.
gross sales less is equal to net sales. So this net sales will reflect into your income statement basically, right? On the other hand,
फाइनेंशियल्स में सब दिखते हैं, I believe.
I'll show you. Same way how we study provision for doubtful debt. Provision for doubtful debt is a contra asset account that reduce the asset, right?
Yes, sir.
Same way this is a contra sales account, it reduce the sales. Let me show you. So this we have studied. Yeah. So let me open that. So here let's go to revenue.
बट सर एक बात माननी पड़ेगी, हम जब से ऑडिट पढ़ रहे हैं, फार पढ़ रहे हैं, मतलब जीएम वाला जो आपने ऑडिट किया है, दिस इज वेरी कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव, मतलब इसमें सब कुछ ही मिल
जीएम
जाता है।
माइक्रोसॉफ्ट,
इसमें कोई भी टॉपिक आपको समझाना होता है, आपको इनके फाइनेंशियल से तो मिल ही जाता है।
So if you studied these two financial statement, your FAR is almost done. See, total net sales, right? So here, if you see, so 1 second, if I see, so this is in year 20, total net sales and revenue decrease primarily due to decrease in, this is MDA basically. Okay, sure. So this is like explanation. Second. One second. Consolidated income statement. Automotive GM total net sales. So if you see note number 3. So this is note for the revenue. The following table disaggregate our revenue by major revenue stream. So this net sales. Revenue is measured amount in exchange. Adjustment to the sales incentive for closing is this contract liability. One second, let's go to the notes to account. If you go here, business, property, market, selected data, and here, only financial statements. So this note number 2. Go here. Revenue recognition. If you see automotive, net sales and revenue represent the amount considered to which we expect entitled in exchange of vehicle, part, accessory, and service other than sale. The consideration recognized represent the amount received typically shortly after the sales to the customer, net of estimated dealer and customer sales incentive. If you see here.
Right, got it.
You see this line, net of estimated dealer customer sales incentive we reasonably expected to pay. Significant factor in determining our estimate of incentive include the forecast of sales volume, product mix, rate of customer acceptance of the incentive, all the estimated based on the historical experience, assumption, customer behavior, subsequent adjustment to the incentive is possible. This is the portion of the consideration received is deferred, this and this, and taxes assessed by the various. So it's like reduce the taxes also. When you say net sales is after the trade discounts and incentives, or you will never include the indirect taxes in it. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Now coming to cash discount. Have you heard this term before? Cash discount.
सर कैश पेमेंट करने पे जो डिस्काउंट मिल जाता है, वही है ना?
Yes. So what is cash discount?
CD बोलते हैं ना कि you get a
Sorry.
10% CD if you're हम CD बोलते थे ना, like if you
Yeah.
get a
So why
5%
do
CD.
you give cash discount? To collect the
Because
money as early as
हाँ,
possible, right?
right,
In a
right.
way, it is not directly related to the sales. It is related to the collection. And when it comes to collection, it's a financing, right? Hence, it is not required to be adjusted from the gross sale. Rather, it has to be shown as a finance cost. So that is the difference between sales discount and a cash discount about the classification. Right? Sales discount will reduce from the gross sales, whereas cash discount will go into the expenses. Make sense?
Right. Sir, ये cash discount किसी और topic में भी covered है ना? Cost में finance cost वाली standard है.
Yes, yes, yes.
Right. ठीक है.
Right? So the objective is speedily recovery of the sales and its impact. Right? It does not impact account receivable, sales and AR booked on net of trade. So Hamesha, like always, sales are booked net of trade discount. Hence, the receivables are always be for the net of discount. Whereas cash discount is based on collection. Let me open that Excel sheet for you, which we use. So here, let me illustrate few examples for you. So first example, A and company sold 2,000 units of X to B and company on January 15, 2020 at the rate of $10 each. So how much is the value? $20,000.
20,000.
Right. So here volume discount they have given, let's say 10%, $2,000, right? And there's a cash for within 10 days at the rate of, let's say, 2%. So what is the 2%?
So 2% would be 18 का 2%. 3,600.
Right? 360.
Sorry, yes.
Right? So this is the facts. So what will be the journal entry you'll be making? First journal entry.
ये अपनी यहाँ डेबिट हो जाएगा. AR debit, AR debit.
B and company account.
Debit to
Debit.
sales. Revenue.
Sales.
Sales. 18.
I would say net sales. How much?
18,000.
तो एंट्री हम AR डेबिट डिस्काउंट डेबिट टू सेल्स नहीं करेंगे.
No. So I'm coming to that. There would be separate entry. So that will be a separate entry.
Okay.
Or you can club it together, like it will not make any difference.
सर बट हमने 2 सेल्स कर दिया, ये तो हमने सेल्स पे ऐड कर दिया नहीं. अच्छा ट्रेड डिस्काउंट है ऊपर.
Or you can club it. Then here you will be having sales of 20,000. This entry you can also make.
तो सर जो सब इनकम स्टेटमेंट में ऊपर सेल्स लेके आते हैं तो 20,000 जाएगी या 18,000 जाएगी?
18,000. So here in your income statement, yeah, plus let's see this. Okay. And out. So this is how your income statement will look like. Make sense?
Yes sir.
Yes sir.
And now you have cash discount. How do you pick that? Cash discount?
डिस्काउंट डेबिट टू एआर हो जाएगा.
कैश डिस्काउंट डेबिट
To
अकाउंट्स रिसीवेबल.
फिर ये नहीं कर सकते कैश सीडी डेबिट बैंक डेबिट टू एआर मतलब
say that
सेटलमेंट
again.
ही हो गई.
That also you can
सेटलमेंट
do.
हो गई.
That also you can do. Or you can say this.
क्योंकि डिस्काउंट तो मैं तभी दे रहा हूँ ना जब मुझे पेमेंट कर रहा हो.
You can say cash debit plus 18,123 minus 360. Right? Here it is 1. That also you can do. Single entry. Right?
राइट सर.
And this. One second. I think there is already few examples. So discount also. We can add one more illustration here. We'll do formatting later. Right? Okay, so let's come back. So this is about sales discount and cash discounts. Let's do few illustration and example in the same fashion to understand more. So in a question, like the formatting of question, and you can say twist in the question would look like this. Discount 210 and 30 offer the purchaser a discount of 2% of sales price if payment is made within 10 days. So in the question you will see 210. What does it mean? You will get 2% discount if you make the payment within
10 days.
10 days. So these are the terminology you should be aware of.
Sir, ye N/30, what does it mean?
N/30 means 0 if made after 30 days.
And what if payment is made between 10 to 30 days?
Then they probably need to discuss.
Oh, okay.
So there is a scope.
Okay, got it.
So here, if the discount is not taken, the entire gross amount is due in 30 days. So N/30 means due in 30 days.
Okay.
Normally, it is due in 30 days. But if you pay before 10 days, you'll get a 2% discount. The calculation of cash discount generally follow one of the following two methods. There are two methods, gross method or net method. First is gross method. Sales and receivable are booked at a gross without discount initially. However, the cash discount is booked when payment is received within the given discount period. Second is net method. So initially you can book even at net when you are already aware or you have a past history to demonstrate that the customer is availing the cash discount benefit. So there are two methods. One is gross method. Second is net method. When do you use net method? When you know the customer is going to avail the cash discount benefit, right? And you have proven instance in the past. So in the net method, when you're already aware of that the sales collection will be less, then you can club it together to the sales and make it net sales directly, right? So first one is gross method, which we all know, account receivable to sales. Then second entry is cash discount to account receivable. This we have discussed here in example also, right? Yes, no?
Yes, sir.
The other way is when you already know the person is availing the cash discount. In this method, sales and receivable are booked net of available discount. An adjustment is not needed if payment is received within the discounted period. However, if payment is received after the discounted period, then cash discount is taken into account and must be reversed. That means initially you'll book the sales net of discount, but for any reason, if customer is not paying you within the discounted period, then you need to reverse it. So first one is net account receivable, which is 18,000 minus 360 in our example to net sales. If paid within the discounted period, then no adjustment of discount is required. If paid after the discounted period, then you need to reverse the discount and increase the account receivable. Then account receivable, account debit to other income. This discount will go into the other income. Make sense?
सर नेट मेथड में एक क्वेश्चन है, इस सेंस में तो हमने काउंटर एसेट ले ली इंस्टेड ऑफ अ फाइनेंस कॉस्ट.
यस,
करेक्ट. मेरा भी एक क्वेश्चन था क्योंकि
यस, यस.
क्लोजर मतलब किसी को आइडिया ही नहीं लगेगा कि क्यों हम ये इनकम की एंट्री पास कर रहे हैं अल्टीमेटली.
No, there may be a possibility. Like for example, let's say you have any subscription model of revenue. So for example, like I take Zoom subscription, annual subscription. So normally like month on month, if you take Zoom services, they will charge 1,200 rupees per month. But if you take annual subscription, then they will charge 10,000 rupees. That means discounted value. Instead of 14,400, I'm just paying 10,000 rupees. Right? And they have seen in the past, like every time I go for an annual renewal rather than monthly renewal. and I avail that discount of 4400. So in that case, they can go for a net method when they have proven history or assumption. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
So it depends on, there is no hard and fast rule like this has to be recorded in this way. But now the business dynamics are so different. You cannot club everything into one bucket.
Okay.
But the reason why you can book the net, because you already know you'll be receiving less money. What is the reason of overestimating your revenue or over declaration of your revenue when actual revenue is coming less? So it reduces the risk of overstatement of revenue. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Good, Mayor?
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Yes, sir.
So let's do one more illustration. Jameson sell 100,000 worth of goods to Suzanne. Suzanne, the term of sale is 210,430. What does it mean?
2% if payment is made within 10 days.
And 30 means due
Due
in 30
within
days.
30 days.
Right? Prepare the journal entry using both gross method and net discount method. Gross method, account receivable $100,000 to sales $100,000. But when you are using net method, then you'll be booking sales 98,000 and receivable also 98,000. Make sense?
Sir,
First,
सर
yes,
N/30 का मतलब क्या बताया था आपने? 2 तो हो
due,
गया,
due in 30 days. Due in 30
अच्छा,
days.
due in 30 days. Okay.
Right? So gross method, you'll be booking a gross entry, account receivable with full 100,000 and sales with full $100,000. But when you're using net method, then you'll be reducing $2,000 of discount and booking account receivable at 98,000 and sales also at 98,000. Right? When payment is received within 10 days, in that case of scenario, for gross method, you'll be booking cash account debit, sales discount account debit, cash discount. Cash discount account debit to account receivable. So for gross method, it will go 98,000, 2,000 and 100,000. Whereas in net method, you will be booking directly cash account debit to account receivable. So there is no cash discount in this case. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
But when the payment is not received within 10 days, in that case of scenario, what you will do, in the gross method, simple cash account debit to account receivable, full $100,000, right? But in case of net method, when you have already booked the discount, you need to reverse that discount, right? So your cash account debit 100,000, receivable account debit 98,000 and sales discount not taken. That means reversal of sale discount will be your income of $2,000. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Next illustration is X company sell blazers with a list price of $1,000. Let's say Armani. Armani sells blazer at $1,000 MRP. They are sold to the store for the list price less trade discount of 40% and 10%. Calculate Armani's account receivable balance if 100 blazers are sold on a credit. So list price is 100 multiplied by 1,000, $100,000 less the discount which they give to their stores, 40% discount. That means list price after the discount is $60,000 minus 10% discount they give further to the customer. So account receivable balance and revenue will be $54,000. Right? Make sense? Any doubt here?
No, sir.
Trade discount, right? Now, next illustration, A and company sold 2000 unit of product X to B on January 15, 2020 at $10 each. That means $2,000, sorry, $20,000.
Yes, sir.
Volume discount is $2,000. Volume is trade discount and
Yes.
cash discount. Oh, this we have already done. Sorry. This we have already done in Excel sheet. Now coming to the next topic, sales return and allowance. But before that, let's go back what all things we have done. If you see, after the break, we have started with trade receivable. In trade receivable, we'll be studying account receivable and not receivable. As of now, we are studying account receivable. In that, we have studied discount, sales discount, and cash discount. Now we are jumping on to the second topic, which is sales return and allowances. Right? So far, we are at same page.
Yes, sir.
Cool. So let's jump into the sales return and allowances. It is normally recorded as they occur, and journal entry will be sales return account debit to allowance. What is sales returns? What do you mean by sales return?
सेल्स रिटर्न का मतलब हो गया कि रिटर्न हो गई सेल, मतलब एज इन मतलब डिफेक्टिव होगा प्रोडक्ट तो उसको हमने रिटर्न कर दिया। वो हम बेसिकली अपनी जो सेल्स है उसके अंदर से मतलब लेस कर देते हैं अमाउंट, अपना रेवेन्यू उतनी अमाउंट से जितना सेल रिटर्न हो गया। बेसिकली वी रेज अ क्रेडिट नोट बेसिकली, वो सेल रिटर्न।
Yeah, Gurmeher, any thought?
हाँ, सही सही कवर कर दिया।
Hmm.
बेसिकली
Yeah.
रिवर्स कर दिया हमने।
Yeah. So basically, we reduce the receivable because if there is any defective product, you will be recovering that product and reducing the sales as well as the account receivable. You will be reversing the entry. So sales return account debit to account receivable. It may be necessary at the end of the year to estimate the amount of sales return and allowance associated with the year-end account receivable. So here the estimation is being required when you are doing an estimation of sales return based on the historical trend at the year end. Sales return allowance account debit to allowance for sales return. That journal entry you need to make. And sales return allowance is a contra account to the sales. And when you are returning, so you will be returning the goods as well. When you are returning the goods, that means your inventory will go up and cost of goods will go down. So whatever the sales entry you have made, when you are making a sales entry, you will be doing sales account debit to receivable. Other side, you will be doing COGS account debit to inventory. So you need to reverse both the entry. So you need to reverse inventory to COGS as well. So your inventory will be increasing and COGS will be decreasing as well. Quick question. 𝐿𝐴 factored 80,000 of account receivable without recourse on April 1st. The factor retained 10% of the account receivable as an allowance for sales return and charges a 5% commission on gross amount of factored receivable. What amount of cash did 𝐿𝐴 receive from the factored receivable? This is another topic, factoring. Have you heard about this term before, factoring?
Yes, sir.
What is that?
याद नहीं आ रहा सर, एक्सप्लेन नहीं कर पाऊंगा। मतलब पढ़ा हुआ है बट एक्सप्लेनेशन नहीं समझ आ रहा।
Gurmeher, have you heard this term before?
नहीं, आइडिया नहीं है मुझे।
Hmm?
नो आइडिया।
Okay.
नहीं होता
So,
ये अकाउंट्स जो होता है हमारा, उसको हम रिसीव नहीं कर पा रहे होते तो उसको आगे भेज देते हैं बेसिकली.
Yeah, in a simple term, for example, like it will give you a quick cash. Many companies or many colleges and universities also do this factoring activities, or many companies also do the factoring activity. They sell their account receivable to the bank or the financial institution, and the bank will charge certain percentage of commission, and they give immediate cash. For example, I have $100,000 of account receivable, right? They are due at 90 days, but I need cash right now. So what I can do, I can give this account receivable to the bank, and bank, instead of $100,000, they give me $90,000 or $95,000 immediate cash, and they will collect the money on due date. So that is called a factoring. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
So what is the call of the question here? 𝐿𝐴 factored 80,000 of account receivable without recourse on April 1st. The factored retained 10% of account receivable. That means 10% of account receivable is not selling as an allowance of sales return, or they are expecting it may be possible to have 10% as a sales return, right? And then charge a commission of 5%. That means $80,000 is a total receivable minus 10% of 80,000. How much is it? 8,000, right? If you minus 8,000 from 80,000 is 72,000. 8,000 they are expecting there may be a sales return. So which is actually not receivable, right? So actual receivable they are expecting is 72,000. Instead of giving you 72,000, like for example, I am a bank, you come and you have given me $72,000 of receivable, which is due in 90 days, and you ask me to give me a cash right now. So I may charge certain commission. So here commission they have given is 5%. 5% of 72,000 is how much? What is the 5% of 72,000?
3,600.
3,600, right? 3,600 I'll charge commission. I'll pay you the remaining balance. 72,000 minus 3,600 is how much?
सर ये 80,000 जो लिखा है अमाउंट इसमें 5% हमें इसका नहीं लेना चाहिए 4,000 रुपए.
No, 10% we are expecting a sales return. So that is not going to be factor.
ठीक है.
So your actual factor amount is 72,000, out of which 5% is the commission. So how much is the remaining balance? 72,000 minus 3,600?
68,400.
68,400. So that's the right answer, right? But we'll be discussing this concept. I think this question come early than the concept, but that may help you in future to digest that concept quickly. So when we are discussing about account receivable, how can we forget bad debts and provision for doubtful debt, right? So another topic is uncollectible accounts, or you can say doubtful debts or bad debts, right? There are two approaches. First is
सर ऊपर जो
estimation.
सॉरी सर जो ऊपर अलाउंस बनाया था that was an expense और क्या था वो?
Which one?
Sales
Factoring.
return and allowances is the नीचे वाला account है, that is a contra sales. Allowance for sales return जो है, ऊपर जो sales return and allowances जो है ये expense है, ये क्या है? मतलब ये बैलेंस शीट का अकाउंट है या फिर इनकम स्टेटमेंट का?
P&L.
That is an expense.
So that is again a contra to sales. Yeah, sales minus sales return always. So it will be sales less sales from this is how it will look like. and here. Right? Make sense? This is how it will come in income statement. Same like how this side.
तो ये लेस सेल्स रिटर्न जो है ये दैट इज द डेबिट साइड ऑफ दैट एंट्री।
Yes.
और अलाउंस कहाँ जाएगा? वो जो काउंटर, वो भी काउंटर सेल्स है, वो कहाँ जाएगा?
Sales return and allowance. This is one of the things.
नहीं मतलब वो जो मैं वो पूछ रहा हूँ, वो जो क्रेडिट साइड ऑफ द एंट्री है वो कहाँ जाएगी?
No, like first entry will be sales entry, right? That is your account receivable to sales, right? In this sales, we are expecting certain sales return. Sales account debit to sales return and loss. This way. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Good man.
हाँ जी सर, हाँ जी। नहीं ये तो मैं समझ गया कि सेल्स में माइनस हुआ तो आपने इसको क्रेडिट साइड किया। आप नोट्स के ऊपर जाना वापसी,
कौन से नोट्स में?
नोट्स में जो एंट्री थी, नोट्स में नहीं, यहाँ पे नहीं, इसमें इसमें जो है ना सेल्स रिटर्न एंड अलाउंसेस, तो ये हो गया जो अभी आप दिखा रहे थे। जो इसका नीचे वाला साइड है, टू अलाउंसेस फॉर सेल्स रिटर्न एंड अलाउंसेस, ये कहाँ जाएगा?
ये प्रोविजन है ना, बैलेंस शीट में जाएगा ना।
Yeah, this is provision.
अच्छा, दिस इज बेसिकली ऑन द लायबिलिटी साइड।
राइट।
ओके ओके।